Welcome back to the Anthony Lee Crypto channel. Guys, today we're going to dive into the altcoins. What I want to do is encourage you to take a look at this altcoin with an open mind, okay? I know what you want to hear. Everybody wants to hear that their coin is going to 50x, 100x. I get it. I want to hear that too, okay? But listen to me. I've been through 3 bull markets and I'm now in my 3rd bear market, okay? And I'm not saying I'm always correct, okay? But I know how these things go, okay? We're going to look at the coin from a technical standpoint. How many of you a few weeks ago, as your coin was going up 60, 70, 100%, was listening to the influencers telling you this time is different, super cycle, Bitcoin dominance is headed down, alt season is here, blah, 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 blah. And today your coin is probably down 50%. Okay, don't listen to the noise. Okay, we're going to look from a technical standpoint. Okay, I don't know about your fundamentals of your coin. I don't know any of that kind of stuff. We can't predict what may happen later, what partnerships may come in, what scandals may come up. We can't predict those types of things, but what we can predict and know for a fact are things like tokenomics, circulating supply, technical analysis. Those things don't change. So we can look at it from a technical standpoint and take a realistic approach to what this coin might do. If anything comes later, like some sort of hopium or some sort of deal or some sort of thing like that in the economy with your coin, where it gets worldwide mass adoption, great, that's a bonus. But be prepared for less, okay? Or be prepared for a more realistic target. The biggest mistake I made in my first cycle was listening to everyone else who said that my coin was going to 50, 60x. And as I sat here and watched it 10 and 15x, which was great, I didn't take profit because I was waiting on that 50x because I believed the narrative. And I wound up writing that coin all the way back down and round tripping it, right? I learned from that mistake. If you're not at least open-minded to hearing what a conservative approach would be, then you're only showing your inexperience in this market. So don't be inexperienced. If you are inexperienced, at least try to learn, okay? If I think your coin's going to 100x, I'm going to tell you that. If I think it's going to 5x, I'm going to tell you that. If I think it's going to 0, I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to keep it real with you. I know I could get way more clicks by just coming in and shouting 100x, but that's not going to serve you anything good in the future. So let's take a realistic approach to these coins, and we'll see if we can figure out where a good bull market top is going to be. Let's take a look at the charts. Here we go. Taking a look at TAO, Bittensor, or however you say it. We're going to call it TAO. Taking a look at TAO on the weekly Binance chart. Now, I know the spiel that I just gave says to focus on the tokenomics and all that kind of good stuff and to kind of ignore the fundamentals and blah, 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 blah. And I do agree with that 99.99% of the time. However, one would be foolish, in my opinion, to ignore the fact that TAO is arguably the leading token in the AI sector, the white hot AI sector. And if AI continues to be the dominant narrative, then you're going to get a little better performance than the bare minimum, most likely. Not financial advice, of course. Given that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the tokenomics, and then I'm going to give you my opinion and price prediction for this coin. TAO has been around since about April of 2024. So unfortunately, we don't have a prior bear market or really even a full bull cycle to compare it to. But we do have competitors in the AI sector that we can compare to see how they performed during those times. And we can kind of draw a prediction on what TAO might do. So TAO set an all-time high price in December of 24 of $748, $750. At the time, your market cap was 5.2 billion with a circulating supply of 7 million tokens. Now, pay attention to this, okay? If you fast forward until November of 25, you had a price of $539 with about the same market cap, 5.1 billion compared to 5.2 over here, but you had 9.5 million coins. Okay, that is a significant amount more coins, which is why your price, even at the same market cap, was almost 30% lower. So this is called token dilution or market dilution. You're flooding the market with coins, which even with the same amount of money in the project makes price less. If we look at today's price, for example, we are at $215. Okay, your market cap is 2.37 billion, which is roughly half, right at half what you are at all-time high at 750. half of 750 is what, 375, yet price is only 215, even though you have half the market cap. It's because instead of 7 million coins at all-time high, you now have 11. So you're being watered down with tokens added to the market, okay? Unlocks. We estimate the the cycle top for crypto to be Q4 of 2029. So what I'm about to say may be a little different if you top before or after, but we have to pick a point, and Bitcoin topped in Q4 of 2025, so 4-year cycle, 4 years later, you do the math. I understand that alts top sooner, so maybe they top a little sooner this time. I don't know. Either way, it's going to be pretty close. At Q4 of 2029, you're going to have 15.5 million coins on the market. That is more than double what you had at all-time high, right? So in order for you to do the same all-time high, $750, you have to do more than double the market cap, okay? Most coins do not do that, okay? Most coins don't do that, and they underperform. If you only reach your same all-time high market cap, okay, of 5.23 billion, if that's all you do, the same market cap, your price is going to be, sorry about that, guys, your price is going to be $337, so a significant underperformance, okay? However, I think you're going to do much, much better than that. How can we figure out what you might do? Well, let's go take a look at a coin that's been around for a minute in the AI sector. We're going to look at Fetch AI, Artificial Super Intelligence. So Fetch AI has been around for a long time, and if we look all the way back to the 2021 cycle, Fetch topped out at about an 87. I'm lying to you. I'm not even on market cap. Here we go. I was like, this is not correct. Topped out at about a $650 million market cap, okay? That is in November of 2021. If we look at last cycle, Fetch topped out at a $5.1 billion market cap. So if you do the math on that, that is a 4.5x, okay? At 4.5x its market cap, okay? So let's just assume TAO does something like that. Maybe it does a little more, maybe it does a little less, but all we have to go by, since there is no previous cycle for TAO, is what a competitor did. So if you 4.5x your market cap, your all-time high market cap at 5.2 billion, that's going to give you a rough estimated market cap of $23 billion. And that's actually what I think you're going to do on Fetch, which gives me a bull run price prediction of $1,500. That is my goal for Fetch. That is, again, a 4.5x of your market cap, and it is about a 2x of price, since you're going to have over twice as many coins in circulation. Now, from current price of $215, you're going to be looking at about a 6x. However, I do think if Bitcoin rolls over later this fall, like it always does, I think you're going to get a shot at lower prices, probably these lows down here that you have at about $150. You may even come take those out. I don't know. I wouldn't bank on it, but if I could get a TAO token for about $150, then I would be more than happy to ride this up for a 10x up to $1,500. Okay, that would be my goal. I will be looking to buy TAO right here at $150 for a potential 10x in the upcoming bull market. That is the price prediction. If you like this, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Comment down below. Do you think I'm right or wrong? The tokenomics suggest all-time high market cap gives you 337, but we know we have a strong AI narrative, and I think we 10x instead, and we go to $1,500. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing TAO updates along the way, as well as many other altcoins. Drop your altcoin in the comments below, and I'll be happy to take a look. I'll see you guys next time.